You are in the chill zone with Cranky and the Swag Man. Ready for the intro?
Let's go.
Hell yeah! And it'll have to do, like our old mate on the other side of the pond says, heck yeah!
Sorry, it dropped out there. I missed all of that.
No, that's okay. I said like our old mate, because before I think you said heck yeah right as I hit the music. I said, yeah, like our old friend on the other side of the pond says, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Old Stevie Vanderheyden from Casper, Wyoming.
Yeah, it's it. Heck yeah.
He's a good bloke.
Where the alligators are our food and we all dance going, we were,
You've reminded me of something that happened to me this week. Just in doing that, right? I got to bring this up before we get back to the scooters thing. My son, I've got an autistic son. He's 7 years old. His name's Henry, right? He, because I'm South African, he's been telling kids at school that he can speak African.
Oh,
Right?
no.
This kid,
no.
I mean, look at me, right? This kid is a fucking ginger kid and he's whiter than me. Okay, so when the kids go, and I know this because his mother called me and asked me if I'd been telling him he could do this, and I was like, no. I have not. And he she put him on the video and goes, okay, Henry, show your dad how you speak African. And he goes, boo, 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 boo. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Please tell me he hasn't been doing that at school.
He's been doing it at school?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm surprised your teachers haven't called you in yet.
They've been very understanding because, like I said, he is heavily autistic and he actually is half South African.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So then I on the phone, I was like, listen, I will teach you some actual Afrikaans words because that's the African language I can speak. We're going to start with something
anymore.
Not so much fluent. You know what's weird? I can speak better Afrikaans now than I could when I actually lived there.
Oh, no way. Yeah, so you've actually taken the time to study.
Right? I've taken the time to study because when I was living over there, you could sort of speak broken Afrikaans and people would understand you. But if you tell people over here that you can speak Afrikaans and they can as well, especially in Sydney, there's actually quite a big South African community here in Sydney, just as there is in Perth.
Yeah.
If I go into a South African shop, they expect perfect Afrikaans, don't they?
Of course they do.
Because they're like, oh no, you're a South African, you must speak Afrikaans.
Oh, no.
So then I asked my son what word in Afrikaans he wanted to learn. And thank the Lord, he goes, super cool. And I was like, oh, that's easy. That's lekker.
Super cool. Lekker. Yeah, right.
I mean, shit, okay. I even have it on a bumper sticker on my car.
Lekker.
It's not just the word, it's the phrase, don't be a douce, be lekker. Lekker.
Lekker. If I go to my wife and say lekker, she's going to look at me like, what?
Who are you licking and why?
Yeah, actually. Hold that thought.
Here we go. He's gonna approach his wife now. Oh my God. Make sure she's within Bluetooth range of the PC. Okay?
Lekker.
You lay mic down.
I do have my mic down, yes. I told you she'd say that. It's an African word, and it's super
Afrikaans
cool.
word.
It's an Afrikaans word, and it's super cool. Now, she said, and I quote, "You're a wanker."
Okay, that one
Which is
either
English.
puss or dous.
A puss or
Dous. So that's what my.
that
That's
one
actually
is
what
puss
my.
or dous. She just looked at me and goes, "Fuck off."
So I've actually got a bumper sticker on my car that says, "Don't be a dous, be lekker."
Don't be a dous, be lekker. Yeah,
Yep.
super cool.
Don't be a dickhead, be cool.
Be cool, and you can only be cool if you're lekker.
Exactly. It's actually it's a very versatile word, lekker, because it means sweet. But I mean, anytime you hear it, it's sort of context sensitive. So it could mean sweet,
Now-
it could mean cool, it could mean super cool, it could mean awesome. It's like just generally good.
We will get back on this topic because I want to speak about Carl Sanderlands and the Jackie O Kiss FM. So we'll get back onto that.
Sweet, merciful fucking Jesus. Carl Sanderlands, there's a man. As you know, Swag Man, I hate that guy with a passion. If I ever saw him in the street, I'd kick him in the shin. And that was before all this came out, right? I could never stand him. I've never been able to stand him.
Now Jackie O is also suing ARN Radio for I think it's either 89 million or 100 million as well.
And that's $1 for every time he's insulted her on air.
I believe so. And I would say his claim is also, I think, for 100 million. And ARN is not worth even close to that.
Now, if you ever looked up
the stocks, so.
if you ever looked up the word puss in an Afrikaans translation dictionary, there'd be a picture of Carl Sanderlands underneath it.
That's funny. I like that one. Look, look, I'm all for the bloke he gave it a go and he's doing what he thinks right. But I also think he's taken things too far this time. And ARN obviously have to protect the brand. Now, here's the thing. His contract was made to be controversial, but we'll get into that later because we're going to talk about e-scooters.
Yes, e-scooters. Now, as you know, I love e-scooters and e-bikes. I own one. I use one regularly. I say regularly. I use it twice a day. I use it to get to and from work, especially in this fuel crisis, right?
Oh, that's insane. The fuel crisis is absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how it can jump all over the place. But that's another topic we'll get into.
That's another topic, and we're going to get into it later. But you specifically wanted to talk about the teenagers with these things.
Yes.
Which I think, again, as an e-scooter owner myself, I think the teenagers should not have them.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. The way things are going with the teenagers on these e-scooters, it's not just them on e-scooters, it's the level of disrespect. They're going through shopping centres and driving down the middle of the road. It's pure disrespect, and it's because the law has made them to believe that, don't worry, your record will be cleaned out when you hit 18. So, hey, treat everything like shit because when you become an adult, it'll be gone anyway. Now, obviously, serious crimes don't get wiped, and your juvie record, even though you might not see it, it's still on the database. So if you try to get a job anywhere and they say, oh, but we want to see your spent convictions, guess what?
Yeah.
There's your juvie record that's going to pop up. And guess what? If you've been an absolute cockhead, break-ins, violence, any sort of disorderly conduct, it's going to be seen for the bosses to see of your employment, and you're not going to get hired. So I would be really considering what it is you're doing now, how you're behaving, who you surround yourself with, because you are who you surround yourself with. Yes, you surround yourself with a drug addict, you're gonna become the next druggie. You surround yourself with a multimillionaire, guess what? Chances are 9 times out of 10 you're gonna become the next multimillionaire because you've got good influences around you, and that's
Mm,
the point I'm
mm.
getting to. Surround yourself with good people, not shit cunts.
Well, yeah, exactly. And especially with these e-bikes, like in the last, I think it's been 3 weeks now.
Yep.
Two young kids died in an accident, and this is coming from me as a bus driver. They actually got hit by a bus. They were on an e-bike, just acting like general dickheads in the middle of the road. It's the early morning. Bus driver had no hope of seeing them. They rode this thing straight across the road, and the bus hit them, and now they're dead. Well done. You're 16 years old and you're dead. Your life is over before it even began. Right? So
It,
it's sad. I
it's
mean, these kids, when
it's
we were younger, right, we had push bikes. Okay,
yeah.
and there was no way in hell we'd manage to get those push bikes up to 40 k's an hour. Now these kids can.
Yeah, and they know how to override it. So they learn a lot of things in technology or IT
Mm,
or, woodwork, metalwork, and they craft or even mechanical engineering work, which is like where they learn to
yeah,
build a car from the scratch up. And they start to learn the mechanisms of a motor and all that, and they apply that to a bike, or they go and get an e-scooter and adjust the technology that's on it so they travel faster than what they're meant to. People are
yeah.
dying, getting injured, getting bowled over, kids are getting hurt. Um, it's you've really got to think about your life choices when you're getting on one of these
Mm,
vehicles.
mm.
And
And
I
it's not
say vehicle
only
because that's what they are. They
they are
realistically,
a vehicle.
if you're adjusting it to go super fast, then you'll be trialed as if you're in an unregistered vehicle, and the cops will
And
eventually
so you
catch up
should
with
be.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And it's not even the souped up ones anymore. Now you can buy them off the shelf with the ability to do like 40 k's an hour. And these kids don't understand that that is a killing speed.
yeah, yeah,
It is. It might not be in a car, which is the reason why school zones now are only limited to 40 k's an hour. But if you are on the bare bones of an e-scooter or a bicycle doing 40 k's an hour, you don't have a seatbelt, you don't have crumple zones, you don't have airbags, you don't have ABS brakes. It's just you and the road.
yeah, yeah.
And
And it's
there is
super
a reason
dangerous.
why. Yeah, that's super dangerous. There is a good reason why you don't see a lot of young bikers, right?
Mm,
And I mean motorcyclists. That is because a lot of them die,
yeah, yep.
and they're doing speeds much greater than that. And the thing is, these kids are using e-bikes as a substitute for motorcycles, and they don't think they are, but they are.
Yeah, that's it. They think they've got, "Oh, yeah, I'm not trying to drive a motorbike." Yet they try to sound like a motorbike, they try to do speeds of a motorbike, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
know the full consequence. They think they're bulletproof. "Oh, that'll never happen to me. I'm too good. I'm a hero. I'm like fucking Stevie fucking Wonder. Oh, I'm just never gonna
Stevie Wonder
fucking"
would never have been able to ride a motorbike. He was blind.
He's blind, and I say they're blind because when you go on stupid speeds, you're blind. You don't know what's coming around a corner. You're going
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fast that you start to get that tunnel fucking speed. You just and
Mm,
you've got
mm.
no time to react. You've got zero. You don't know how to react because you've never been taught how to react. You think, oh yeah, I've watched YouTube and fucking
Especially,
done this,
yeah,
and I ride
if you're
motorbikes
like,
and all this kind of crap. It's you got to understand. It's having a motorbike or something at a high power that delivers higher speeds
mm,
is a
mm.
privilege, and you're given a certain
Yeah,
license to be able to do or
but not
to
only that,
ride or be in those vehicles.
yeah, motorcycle riders are trained. They go through a learner-rider process. They
Yeah.
go through driving school and everything like that, just like every other regular driver does. These kids on e-bikes, they don't do that. Um, they don't go through driving school like we have to. If we were to get a motorcycle license, or say in your and my case, a truck license or a car license, we've all got to go through driving school. And these kids don't.
Yeah.
And driving school is where you would learn things like braking times, braking distances, speed limits, how to adhere to them, how to stay in a lane, how to not do goddamn wheelies in front of a bus, you know?
Yeah, not to do wheelies in front of a police officer that now is chasing you with pole air above. Like, just stupid shit where you think, I can get away from the police. That
That's
helicopter says
exactly
different.
it, yeah. See, the difference between, say, me and them is that I know that my scooter does not have the capability to stop on a dime from 40 k's an hour,
Yep.
right? And these kids, they think that it does. I also know where I have to give way. I know where I have to. That's pretty much where I was going to go with that. I know where I have to give way, and I can look at an intersection as a properly trained car driver who's been driving for years, and go, right, this is an intersection coming up that I need to give way at. I need to start slowing down now. Why? Because I only have brakes on the scooter the size of a 50-cent coin.
Yep. And those are not designed to stop at high speeds very
They are
fast.
not
You will
designed
come
to
to
stop
a
at high
very
speeds.
slow speed.
Yeah. You need to use coasting to
Yes.
your advantage for a while, and then you start actually braking.
Yeah. And
And
kids that are just untrained, just going to end up killing themselves or someone else. It's going to
mm-hmm,
happen.
mm-hmm.
And then they're going to have to live with the consequences that they've killed somebody else. A family member could even be killed. Or it could just be a random kid that's ran out, a baby, a toddler that's ran out in front of them. You're going to kill them.
It's not
Um,
only that. I mean, imagine if they've decided to take to the road, and sure, they may not die, right? They cut a car off or something like that. They're on the roundabout, they cut a car off, the car swerves to avoid them, bang, hits a pole, driver's dead.
yeah,
Or the
yeah,
car's written off. So who does the insurance company approach in that instance? Because these e-bikes and e-scooters, they're not insured.
nah, nah,
And
no,
they can't be
and
insured because they're mostly owned by teenagers.
that's it. And then who's going to foot the bill? It ends up being
Yeah.
you. You foot the bill.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Like in my
yeah,
case, if they brought it, if they said, hey, nobody under 21 is allowed to own an e-bike or an e-scooter
yeah.
now,
I think even the
purely
fines they've got
because
now are just too weak. You know,
they
ten and
are
twelve
weak.
thousand dollar fines. Like, who gives a shit about a fine? Throw them in jail. They should never have been on it in the first place. Throw them in jail. See how
Mm-hmm.
tough they are then.
Even for a couple of weeks, just a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
put them in juvie.
Go back to old school. Send them away to the military. Let's see how well they handle that. I'm sure they're not going to commit a crime again after that. They're probably
Hey,
going to
I
go
tried
home
to
crying to
volunteer for
mummy.
the military, all right?
Yeah, yeah. I think we all tried
But
to
you're right, though.
volunteer.
These Gen Alphas, they probably wouldn't survive.
Look,
They'd
our
go running home to
generation,
mummy.
and
Oh,
we sound old saying our generation, but it's because there's
mm-hmm.
been, what, 2 generations come after us that have
Yeah,
completely turned what our generation was, where there was actually some sort of respect into the
yeah.
generation coming through now, which is we'll do
No,
what we
now
want.
you
Now,
do.
remember,
Now,
and
now you
and
do
it's
sound
coming
like the
from all the
boomer at the end of
kids.
the street waving his walking stick. Ah, we used to have respect in my day.
It makes me so angry because the
Mm,
kids
mm.
that bullied us are the ones that have gone and had fucking kids and now taught these kids to be wankers, which are the ones coming through, and they're just sitting back going, "We don't give a
Yeah,
fuck."
yeah.
It's like, not our
We
fucking
don't care.
problem. We don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, are you fucking serious? Like, or there's people
Mm.
having kids that just shouldn't have kids because they don't know how to fucking raise them.
Oh,
Complete,
jeez,
yeah. Something
don't get
that's
me
also
started on
just
them.
crossed my path just now.
Mm.
An American soldier is likely being captured in Iran as a fighter jet is shot down. A U.S. fighter jet has been shot down in the Iran fight, which is absolutely fucking insane to think about because they're highly skilled behind behind the throttle. You know, these guys are insane. It's very rare to have one of these planes get shot out the sky.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, one of 2 US crew members rescued after an F-15E jet was shot down over
That must be
Iran.
the one. So they've
US
been rescued.
continues search for missing crew member.
Oh, no, there we go. Still searching for him.
So one has been rescued, the other one is still being searched for.
Oh, no.
It's not known what's happened to the missing crew member. The pilot was also on board and has been rescued. Iranian
So
security
why?
forces are searching the region for the airman. Officials in the country are urging citizens to find the crew member alive and offering rewards for their capture. The state
Wow.
media says capture, not rescue, capture.
Capture, yeah. You capture him.
How does that sound? How does that sound? Not very good to me.
No, that.
But at the same time, that's the reason why we've pulled out of that shit.
Yeah, well, that's it. And then Donald Trump turns around and goes, "Oh, well, you can fight your own fucking war." And it's like, okay. And now we've been able to take our fuel tankers through the strait, and yet America hasn't. So what a slap in the face to
Not that
Donald
it's
Trump from
not that it's
Iran. But
really a big deal for America, though, is it? Because
no, it's not.
America's
They've
got
got their own
own.
oil.
They've got their own oil mines. So what do they call them? Not mines. They call them oil rigs. They got their own oil rigs. And yet for some reason our prices still haven't dropped.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Actually, I know what the reason is. It's because the servos now know that we will pay that.
Yeah, well, that's it, and that's the problem. The fuel prices. There was the police shut down a Perth fuel station today. RS Rewards were out there handing out free fuel vouchers, basically full tanks, to the point that the fuel station said we will not be accepting any free fuel vouchers. Basically,
That's got to be illegal. Come on.
well, it's got to be illegal, surely, but I guess they can do what they like. But yeah, it was free fuel giveaway shut down by cops amid traffic chaos has gone crazy. Thousands of drivers flocked to a survey offering $100,000 worth of fuel at no charge. Link below in the description. What it was RS Rewards were out there because they know how hard everything has been and handing out fuel vouchers to every car that they could. Obviously, people found out about it. RS Rewards are a lottery group that go out there and they're on the internet, on Facebook. You can subscribe to their website and subscribe to their business, and you go into the draw to win cars, boats, jet skis, bikes, houses, whatever it is that they've got going on. Usually it's four-wheel drives and RVs and camper vans, boats, all that type of stuff. They are good, but they're just competing with LMCT Plus. So
I was going to say they sound a bit like LMCT.
That is correct. LMCT Plus is the others.
Oh, you're right. What happened there?
Sorry, I had to yawn there.
Shot.
No, I had to yawn there. Yeah. So RS Rewards are trying to be like LMCT Plus, but you know these guys are great. They're local. They do great for Perth, and yeah, they do give out to a lot to charity as well. So thank you to RS Rewards for giving it a shot. Screw you, police, for shutting it down. Do your job, which is to do traffic, get your traffic department out there and control the traffic.
And
don't
get these
shut
damn
something
kids
down.
off their bikes.
And get the damn kids off their bikes. Stop saying, "Oh, well,
E-bikes,
we won't chase them."
I think
they won't even chase motorbikes
we
anymore.
should be. No, they won't chase motorbikes over here anymore either. They should be allowing the kids to ride push bikes, just regular pushies, like we had to. You know, back in the old days, pumping pedals.
pumping
I
pedals.
see
Well,
kids
the
on push
economists
bikes now, and I'm like,
reckon
you are so lazy.
they reckon the economists reckon that what Anthony Albanese has done by cutting the fuel excise is a $2.5 billion mistake. Now he came
Yeah.
back recently the other day and said they've cut it even further, and now it's 32 cents off a litre. Oh wow!
And that was,
Wow,
oh.
you did something for Australia. Thank you. It's only
And
taken
even
you
then,
how
it
many
wasn't even
years?
something. It wasn't
And
even
then,
something because
but
the prices
but
have doubled in the last 2 weeks, and now he's like, oh, I'm going to take 32 cents off. I saw it today, right?
32 cents. Oh my god.
I saw it today where my local servo had up on their board, and I say today, when this goes up, it'll be a week ago.
Yeah. It
It had
drives
up
me
on their board
nuts.
diesel for $1.95, and I was like, "You're fucking
You'll
kidding
never
me, right?"
you'll never
Three
see
weeks
that
ago,
again.
diesel was a $1.90.
Yeah. We're not gonna be seeing low fuel for some time because the fuel companies now know that one, they'll
We're gonna
make
pay
money out
it.
of the panic, and we're going to pay it.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So we'll never see it go back down to probably $1.50, $1.30 ever again, because they know, well,
Mm.
hey, we can get them at $2. This was testy
Yeah.
waters,
Yeah.
and now we know they'll keep paying it. Why bring it down? So they'll just keep
Yeah.
it hiked
Exactly.
up, and it's going to take the A triple C. It's going to take, um, sorry, it's going to
No,
take
you're right.
the who's the watchdog for the fuel companies? I keep thinking A triple C.
That is the
It's
ACCC.
Yeah, it is the A triple C. Well, they need to
Yeah,
come out
fair
and do their
trading or
fucking
the
yeah.
Australian
Wha-
consumer, whatever it
Yeah, they
is.
need to come
Yeah.
out and do their fucking job because there's been fuel stations. Burke has been
Mm.
accused of selling 95
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
91 at 95 prices. So they're putting 91 fuel in the 95 tank and saying, "Oh, you're getting 95," when in
Okay.
fact you're filling your
Mm.
car up with 91, but you're paying 95
Is that
prices.
when you say Burke, the fuel station out
Burke
in
fuel
Burke?
station. Yeah.
Which
So it's Burke fuel
Okay,
station,
that's
but
kind
I
of to be
don't
expected because Burke's in the middle of the outback. They pay fucking $4 a liter as it is.
Well, this is Burke in the city, so Burke has a few fuel
Ah,
stations
okay, so
around.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I thought you meant like Burke, New South Wales, which is red sector
yeah,
pretty much.
it was on the news the other day. I'm not sure which
Mm,
Burke it was, but I will never pay. I will never go to Burke, purely because now it's out there. Um,
yeah, yeah.
Also, the whole reason we've probably got fuel is because what's happened in recent times is the
Mm,
Australian
mm.
government has sent over, and I'm just trying to read it now, if it'll stop messing on me. The federal government is refusing to tell the Australian people if it secretly deployed our most elite fighter soldiers to the war in the Middle East. Why would he? Because he
Define
knows
elite.
Australia would. Well, your elite is your SAS. They
Yeah,
are
yeah.
the top dog. He's sticking to his long held tradition of keeping the moment of the SAS top
Excuse me.
secret, but
Mm.
that silence is raising serious questions. Now, if you're sending in the SAS to bring fuel in, there's a fucking problem. But if you're sending the SAS, like they're your top dog of your top dog, you don't get any
Special air
better.
services. Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
don't get better than that.
and I guess they bought 50 ships home, so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll take that any day of the week. Like, so I think any of our military that, put on that uniform and go to fight war, and I feel bad because, we were in a times where the military, it was a job, it was a career. You weren't really getting
Yeah.
deployed anywhere. And now we're in testy waters where whoever's signed up into the military, they're now having to turn their partners going, hey, we're getting deployed and potentially we're going to war. So
Mm, mm.
Yeah, I know that most people only signed up because they thought, well, we're never going to go to war, you know, and the most they'll ever do maybe is go do some food rescue, emergency kind of food delivery or patrol the seas and come back home a couple of months later and that'd be it without actually ever having to go to war. And now they're in a situation where the government doesn't know what's going to happen. Threats are being made from all over the place.
Yeah,
Um, so you've got to, you've got to really think about life choices. But I commend anyone that wants to do the military. Um, and with that kind of uh, courage, you're never going to be um, yeah, you're never going to find someone that disregards your duty. So, thank you to everyone that has decided to join the military and defend Australia. We're all thinking about you guys, and hopefully you all stay safe. Our government doesn't put you guys in any situations that doesn't see you come home, and unfortunately, it is testy waters. No one knows what's going to happen. Anthony Albanese is unpredictable. Um, so we'll just see what's going on. Um, the other thing with this fuel crisis, it is so expensive. We've got truckies not being able to get fuel and diesel to be able to deliver food now. Everyone's out there racing to get diesel and fuel and, stock it up. And look, I don't like Anthony Albanese at all, but he does have a point when it says, hey, just take what you need. If we really are in this crisis, and WA has done a state of emergency, so technically we are. Sorry. So technically we are. Now, don't go there with like 50 jerry cans and fill up and try and store fuel, because one, that fuel's going to become old and stale, and the chances, unless you do a lot of driving, chances are you're never going to use that much fuel.
never going to
um
use it. Yeah, yeah.
nah. So yeah, don't go to the fuel station and be that wanker that stocks 50 jerry cans unless you really have to, unless you're running a business or you got to fill up a bunch of boats because that's your job. Just don't be a hoarder. We've seen this crap in
See,
COVID times where people going
yeah,
out and
exactly.
grabbing
People
toilet
buying
paper of all
fuckloads of
things.
toilet paper and everything.
Like, come on,
Why do people
people.
panic buy
Fuck.
toilet paper? Like, really?
Yeah,
Most of us knew that the supermarkets were never going to close, right?
correct. 100%.
They're an essential service, and the government always said that the supermarkets are not going to close, and they didn't close.
They didn't close.
I mean, that's what Tess and I did. We didn't go out and mass buy toilet fucking paper. We didn't go out and mass buy anything. We just did our regular groceries as we always did. Okay. And then the problem was when it came time to actually buy toilet paper, guess what? There was none left because some dumb cunt decided to fill his entire trolley with toilet paper.
100%.
Luckily for us though, my mother-in-law owns a cleaning business. And so she gets toilet paper delivered to her privately.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she doesn't even have to worry about
it. No, she doesn't have to worry about it. So every couple of months during COVID, we just went up there, grabbed a couple of cartons of toilet paper and brought them back down. But everybody else, all the other average Joes who didn't go out and panic buy, were left fucked.
Yep, that is true. And I was
And
one of those that were left fucked, and I learnt from that. So I learned from that panic buying, and I knew that I'm not going to be in a situation anymore to be left holding my dick in one hand going, oh, what do I do? I went to Costco, as I regularly do every other fortnight, every other month. And each time I went to Costco, I grabbed a big lot of toilet roll, put it in my trolley, and went pay for it with my other
And even
groceries I
that's
bought
not
from
panic
Costco.
buying. That's just
No,
you
I just did
buying
it, and
one a
I'm
week.
stocking up. I've now got about 6 or 7 packets of 60 roll on my rack in the garage.
See, that's the smart
And
thing to do. But these people that are sorry, go on.
no, and I'm not going to be one of these people that get caught out.
Yeah.
Now, stop panic buying, people. There's no need for it. Just stock up as you go.
These people that are panic buying the fuel, they're going in and buying like 400 extra liters. Have you seen that photo of the ute?
Yeah. So I found out with that ute,
fucking tank on the back of it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. People are going out and doing stupid shit like that. Now, they're not farmers. They were just a bunch of fuckwits stockpiling fuel. They weren't farmers. They weren't going and fueling up boats. They weren't doing any of that. They were just being absolute cockheads, panic buying because the government said, we're running out of fuel. No, we're not running out of fuel.
We're not running out of fuel.
We're fine.
Albanese
state of emergency. Don't worry. It's only a state of emergency. Don't panic. So what do people do even more? They fucking panic, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. They want to put these buzzwords on these problems, right? Like state of emergency. They make people feel like they have to move now and they have to do something now. When in fact, it's the opposite.
Yeah, 100%.
A state of emergency means use less of it, not go out and buy more of it. Eventually, you guys are the ones that are going to make us run out faster.
100%. And it just needs to stop. It needs to... You guys need to start thinking about everybody else and the key services out there that actually need this. Because if you've got paramedics not able to get fucking fuel, well, we're fucked. So please think about what you're doing when you go out getting fuel and start stockpiling.
One of the main problems, right, that I had with Albanese's speech was the fact that he didn't put any passion into it.
Yeah.
Sure, he made some points. He made the same points that we're making now, which is think about the people around you, think about the other people that have to use this fuel, right? If you don't have to use it, don't fucking use it, okay?
Don't buy it. But don't do anything with it.
He didn't put it. You could tell he was reading from a teleprompter that was written by somebody else, because this was a speech that he didn't care about.
No, and he should never have used primetime TV. Everybody was on the edge of their seats thinking, hey, finally, he's going to come out, he's going to say something useful. No. He came out and he used the public forum. TV shows were put off.
Swagman's favourite show, Married at First Sight, was delayed.
I love the drama. It was delayed. It was it was the worst thing that I've ever seen come from a prime minister in such a long time.
And I mean, it was the most wet, weak speech I've ever seen. And like I said, I grew up in South Africa. I've seen some fucking wet, weak speeches from politicians, right?
Yeah.
But most of the reason why I say this is because it had no passion. He did not care about what he was saying.
Nah.
Okay, sure, he's like,
you can tell when people
most
have
Australians,
passion.
you've got to think about your neighbours and think about the small businesses out there that have to use the fuel. And I was going to sleep listening to that shit, seriously.
I literally fell asleep listening to him. I was like,
and he was only on for 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly right.
And all of us, right, we're sitting there around, in my case, it was around the laptop. But we're all sitting around our TVs and sitting around our laptops and around our phones with bated breath, waiting for the Prime Minister's
big address. And it was
big address,
the hype was there
to the whole of Australia. Excuse me. Sure, it came out at news time for us in the eastern states. And then he came out and he just gave the most
mundane shit
fucking speech I've ever heard.
He may as well just done it as a normal press conference during the normal fucking Sunrise or Today show. That's it.
As all the memes said, this could have been an email.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen those. It makes me laugh every time I've seen
This
it.
could have been an
Could have
email.
been an
Like,
email. Like, you
seriously,
didn't have to use primetime television to say what you needed to say because it was an absolute shit show.
it was an absolute shit show. And you could
And-
tell he sounded bored saying it. Like, if I'd said it, I probably wouldn't have sounded bored because I know that my neighbors and all my local small businesses and even the hospital over the road, it's literally over the road, by the way, Swagman, that's where my daughter was born.
Nice, just over the road.
Yep. Campbelltown Hospital. I quite often fly my drone around there too. Like
Okay.
it's so close that I can take my drone off from my front yard and fly it around the hospital. But I digress. This is fuel that could be used for other things, more useful things.
Yep.
And I live in a semi-rural community, just like you do. There's a legitimate small town, a legitimate farming town within kilometers of my house. Where these people actually rely on the fuel. Do you know where I'm going with this?
I do.
I mean, think about your fucking neighbors, people. Come on. That is what the Prime Minister should have gotten on the TV and said. Just think about your damn neighbors. Think about the people around you that are needing this stuff.
Yeah, instead of just going out hoarding it like fuckwits, just really think about who it is you're affecting by doing it. It's just so tiring, to be honest with you. It gets to a point where you just think, what the fuck has Australia become? Is it even worth living here anymore? Australia isn't really Australia anymore. We've got no prime minister that has any backbone. He's weak as piss. And if you think the government is fighting for you, you're an absolute fuckhead. And I say that as Big Chocky always says, if you believe the government, you're a fuckhead. Because I tell you what, Albo is a dickhead. Now, the whole classroom say it together. Albo
is a dickhead.
Dickhead. That is it. All together, one more time. Albo is a
dickhead. And all the children raise their claws.
It is honestly, it is.
But that's a reference again to Project Hail Mary. It's the very last line in the book. I shit you not. It is the last line in the book.
I honestly wish we had a prime minister that had some fucking backbone to run
and Pauline
Australia.
Hanson will. Like I've said many times, I do not agree with a lot of the things that she says. Okay. Also with Donald Trump. Okay. I don't agree with a lot of the things Donald Trump says, but I like him and I like Pauline Hanson because they do what they say they're going to do.
That's it. And it's not until our government realizes who they're dealing with when it comes to Donald Trump, we're forever going to be on the back foot. Now, before we go, I do want to mention your favorite topic. This is the topic of the hour. And I just can't wait to bring this up because I know what Cranky's like. It's his favorite radio station, Kiss FM.
Oh. you know what the irony is here, right? As much as I fucking hate the guy that you're going to talk about, that my actual favorite radio station shares a building with them.
Oh, no. There you go. Well, look, it's obviously been all over the media. Kyle and Jackie O are suing ARN in separate lawsuits for their contracts at Kiss FM over the fact that obviously there's been a bust up that everyone got to hear live on the air. Now, in Kyle Sandiland's contract, it is allegedly said that he had to be controversial. Now, he's obviously done his job. They've then sacked him. and said, no, you've gone too far, blah, blah, blah. Jackie O is then countersuing, which what seems to be a case of she's put in multiple reports about Kyle and the way he's talking and acting on the radio. And they've turned around and said, oh, well, clearly Jackie doesn't want to be here anymore, and they've sacked her. So once Kyle was gone,
Yep,
now
yep.
I believe their contract was a duo contract, and once that duo was no longer, therefore the contracts are kaput because you're no longer working together, therefore your contract is kaput. However, the issue is there's been a lot of mental health issues raised on Jackie's half about how she was treated by Kyle, which then raises the question of did ARN Radio Kiss FM fire Jackie on the basis she's not working with Kyle anymore? Or did they sack her because they didn't want the problem, which employers should know under the workhouse safety legislation? If someone has raised issues, you have to act. And if you fail to act, you can be sued. Now, obviously, she said, well, I'm not going back to fucking work with him. I'm just going to sue you instead. This is what you've
Yep.
done to me. Failed to act. And, well, little behold, she's also suing for $89 million. Now, if they win the lawsuit, which they will be insured for more than what the business is worth, so I don't know why the media keeps saying, I don't know how they're going to pay it. Well, they won't. Their insurance will. However, them paying their insurance going forward is probably enough to cripple them. I don't know how that works in the line of business, but I dare say it can't be fucking good. So
It won't be good.
it won't be good, and their premiums will be so big that
No.
they probably can't afford it. So look, Kyle's big. He's bigger than ARN. He's got really good lawyers, and he's got lawyers that shit on ARN's lawyers. So at
Yep.
the end of the day, it's Kyle Sandilands has connections that ARN does not. ARN is just like me and you. You know, if we had a live radio station, we would have celebrities and people we've met and made connections and become friends with. But in a time of need, those are, at the end of the day, they're acquaintances. Just people you've met. It's not like you go, hey, fucking Justin, come around for a fucking barbecue. Kyle Sandilands can do that and go, hey, Justin, come over for a barbecue. He's like, fuck yeah, man, I'm over there. ARN, you cannot do that. You can't just ring fucking Blink Bill, go, hey, man, come over for a barbecue. Because you say, mate, what do you mean? This, you're just a radio station. Like, I don't really know you, but people know Kyle. Kyle has been everywhere. America's Got Talent, fucking all those talent shows, Australian Idol, and
Was he
fucking
on America's Got Talent? I didn't know that.
Oh, he's been all over. He's sat in on so many things. America's Got Talent, Australian Idol.
And that's
he's
all
been
he
all
does.
over.
He fucking sits. He's a fat cunt.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't really do much. Like,
I cannot begin
so what it was Kyle
describe how much I
Sandilands
hate
used
Kyle
to be.
Sandilands.
Kyle Sandilands used to be the controversial judge on the talent shows, and basically he got told to clean up his act because he was just getting too brutal. He was like the Mark on Australia's Got Talent, or whichever, that Mark Holden. And he was like the, I'm coming after you type shit. The real grumpy type person, but then obviously
the day
got told to clean up his shit.
Sandilands releases a song of his own and it's actually good.
Then you can judge.
Is the day he's allowed to fucking judge a talent contest.
That's it. I will say this with our last few minutes. When he had a child, his attitude towards people and the way he acted changed a lot, because he's like, well, what I say now reflects on my son, and what I do reflects on my family and my son. So,
oh my God, there's a second one.
there is. He's got a kid. So a lot of his attitude has changed, and that's great. But then when what he did to Jackie live on the radio, was it too far? I don't think so. I think it's general banter that they've constantly done, and that was part of his contract, which was to create banter, controversial. But would I have done that to my friend? And if my friend had said, hey, I'm uncomfortable with what you've just said, I would have not then doubled down and gone, hey, motherfucker, but no, you are precious. You are this. I would have gone, oh, I apologize. Look, I was just joking. Like, I apologize. Sorry that I've, or at least done it off the air and apologized.
It's like
and
the
kept the
many
drama,
fights that you and I have had over the running of this podcast.
Exactly right.
Which are none. But,
which is zero. But it just
most of the time when I come
happen.
out with some whacked out idea, you just agree with it and you're like, okay,
I just
whatever,
agree with it.
do
Let's fucking do it. Because it's like,
No, but-
those are the things that will, that they don't only get you the shares, the likes, the clicks, but it's content that people can relate to. And it just makes it more realistic. It makes it more, well, just fucking good in general. Like, there's no point trying to censor shit. Just come out, whatever you're saying, thinking, say.
Exactly. Like early on in our podcast, I tried to tell you what we can and can't say, particularly because of a certain sibling of yours who got in touch with us and complained.
and sooked like a fucking wuss.
But now, fuck it. Who cares? We're going to whinge about politics all we want.
And now it's, we forgot to do the disclaimer. We haven't done that fucking disclaimer in so many episodes. Like, I can't even remember what the disclaimer was. Wasn't it something like the views and opinions are that of ourselves and no one else's?
I don't care anymore.
Either way, that whatever that script was still applies now. These are the views and opinions only. It still applies. We're just not talking about it every fucking episode. It's been on other episodes. It's going to stick throughout all our current episodes and going forward episodes. These are the views and opinions of ourselves, and we do not say that this is the views and the opinions of the government or the views and opinions of anyone else. These are just purely
our views and opinions on the government and everyone else.
And I think everyone else is feeling the exact same thing. Shout out to Big Chocky.
Is our soapbox.
Yes, this is our little area.
This is our soapbox. We're going to stand on it and we're going to yell as loud as we like. And
mate,
we probably only have 4 people standing around us.
Right now we have 4, but we have a lot of listeners on Spotify.
Exactly. According to Riverside, we've had 222 streams in the last week.
Hey, look at that.
I digress. I want to point something out with this whole Carl Sandilands thing, because you said it's all to do with their banter and everything like that. The problem is that's been their banter for the last 26 or so years.
That's correct, yeah.
That's a long time. That, to me, is the straw that broke the donkey's back.
Yeah, and the question you got to ask is, why did this situation, from all the other situations and banter that they've had on air, why did this one break the camel's back? Was Jackie... Was it the time of the month? Was it, just you caught Jackie on a bad day? Or did you genuinely hurt her feelings with what you said? Now, Kyle should do the right thing, come out and apologise and save the friendship.
Nearly 30 years of just being a fuckwit to her, and she finally had enough of it.
Had enough. I agree.
Yeah.
With that being said, guys, we're going to see you on another episode next week of Chill Zone. Thank you to everyone that follows, listens, and tunes into the Chill Zone every week, listening to us talk about absolute fuck all. And Stevie,
absolutely everything at the same time.
We love you. 3-wheeled bicycle, keep going. We will eventually hook up as a fucking 2-way duo, and we'll create an episode. I'm sure. 3-way episode.
Ooh. Time to get your dicks out, gentlemen.
Start to roll up those bottle fucking motor engines. Let's go. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, blast off, NASA.
Speaking of 10, 9, 8, 7, maybe next time we can talk about your views on the Artemis launch.
Yes, the Artemis launch, the NASA launch that just recently happened. Now, that is a topic we're going to bring up next week.
That is a topic.
So,
That'll be some fun.
Tune in, guys, because it's about to get fucking hot.
A lot of views on that.
All right, guys, we will see you next week. I'll leave it with Cranky to take the intro out of
Here we go with the music. Ready? Hopefully there isn't a delay this time. We're going to click on live and we're gonna click on play. All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.